Yeah, greetings once again folks to Pentax Pete's Classic Cameras. I haven't showed you a Pentax yet, just continuing with my Leicas. Well, this is the third one in my series. Not being extremely rich, I have only got 3. Some people have got cabinets full. This is a 1986 M6 body. And here is a 1989 50mm f2 Summicron lens. Now you're looking saying, well, what's that white dot thing in there? Well, the M6 has a built-in exposure metering system, and that is the white dot from which the light is measured when you're going to take a photograph. So in order to take a measurement, it must be wound on, because once you take the picture, the shutter goes, the light goes, and the white dot has vanished. You wind it on, the white dot reappears, folks, as if by magic. On the front, you have, with the M6, a battery container here, because this is an electronic measuring system and it needs a battery. Now these are little 1.5, 2 of them, batteries, and they go in there. But you can still take photographs, but all you need is a separate exposure meter. If the battery goes, it doesn't measure the light through the lens. This is the dot with which you line up your lenses, of course. That's the famous red lights dot that they've left off on some of them. Here once again the rangefinder and viewfinder system. The rangefinder window, the viewfinder window, and in the middle is a device. When you turn this little lever here, as I showed you on the M2, you get loads of little frames appearing in the viewfinder there, and you can see the frame for a 28mm lens and a 50mm lens and so on, different lens focal lengths. On the top you have a rather posh, hence expensive, winding lever with a plastic tip. You have a dial by which you choose your shutter speed. Now if you want to save the meter, keep it on to brief time, because it turns the meter off. The Leica hasn't got an on and off switch for the meter. If you put it away and something touches that, you can switch the metering on and your battery's dead. So keep it on to B for brief time, switch it off the meter. That's something I discovered. Here is the dreadfully slow 1/50th of a second flash synchronizing speed. Very, very slow. You can't use it for outdoors for filling flash. Now the Leica, having an electronic metering device, has a hot shoe. You can put in an electronic flash here in the hot shoe and it will fire. And if you haven't got a electronic flash hot shoe, or you want to use studio lights with a cable, you can plug it in here. Now thank goodness, unlike on the M2, they took my advice and they fitted a standard 3mm coaxial flash socket, as opposed to the dreadful one they have on the M2, where you've got to buy an adapter at great expense. This is the frame counter, which counts up from 0 to 36 or 24, according to how many frames you've taken. And then I'll show you the lens fitting on. I think that's the lens. Red dot, I've got to find the red dot. Oh, the red dot of this lens fell off, I remember now. The little red dot fell off in a market in the Philippines. That's why there's no little red dot on the lens, but there we are. It's lying in the market in the Philippine islands somewhere, that little red dot. I wonder if I can get lights to give me a free one. Now, loading once again is dreadful from the base of the camera. There's a little picture on there to help you load. It doesn't help a great deal, because I've made several mistakes with it. You've got to pull out your frame, pull out your film. Now, unlike the others, this one doesn't come out, it's stuck. The take-up one is stuck in there. And if you're careful, you can find a little slot that the film will go in. And then you've got to wind on carefully so that you make certain the film is being taken up on some cogs, and if it doesn't it will slip out. So wind it on carefully, hold it tight, put this around the right way. This is the thing I got with it, which is a grip. Sometimes it gets in the way, but never mind. I think we've done it right. Oh yes, there we are, all loaded now. Now I can get 27 frames out of a 24 shot with this, and 38 frames out of a 36 by not taking any notice of it when it's on the frame counter. I always get extra frames with that. I'll show you a few pictures now, just to prove that I've used the camera. Here we have the London Leica meet, April 2014. There's some Leica aficionados there looking at cameras, but he's interested in his lunch. He's not taking any notice of somebody's M6 that they're holding there, and he's got an M4 I believe down there, this guy with an old lens on. This is outside where we had our lunch. These are both taken with a 35mm f1.4 Similux, and with this one I've put in a cheap old Miranda flash into the hot shoe and bounced it off of a white plate, and that gave a good result. Nice soft lighting. Two more from the London Leica meet. This was on Agfa Vista 200 film. I think it was dated 2005, a good vintage year, and I've rated it at 100 ASA instead of 200. Came out perfectly. These are both done with the 35 1.4 Similux stock down. Look, there's some typical London things here: a cab, a post box, rubbish or trash can. For you Americans it's trash, but over here it's rubbish. And a London telephone box. Used to be tuppence to make a phone call. God knows what it costs now. This one is taken in New Bond Street. I've got the woman framed up there. Look, very, very lucky that was. That was taken at 2/50 of a second f4 in quite dull conditions. I've done an RA4 16x12 print of that, and I won an award at my camera club with it. So that proves I do use the Leica. I've got some much bigger prints, but they won't fit on my copy stand here, so you've got to look at little 6x4s. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed what I showed you, and I'll continue videoing some of my other cameras. Thanks for watching.